Okay, so you're gonna want to, whenever you have this, moves the placement of the needle. If you want the needle to the far left, far right, or if you want a center stitch. And when you're using the presser foot, depending on which angle that you're trying to get, you always have to remember to move your needle. I'm not exactly sure how your machine is set up, but I'm using the Brother SC425, so I just move my straight stitch however I needed to do so. Okay, you would attach the presser foot like you would do any other presser foot. You would align it with the claw or the mouth, and then see if you can't get it to, let's see. Almost got it. Bring it over some, right there. There we go. Okay, so now we have lift off. And again, I've already told you about making sure you move your needle to the right place. So I have my latch down on the far left. So that means my needle needs to be to the far left. But if I were to put it on the right, then of course I would move my needle to the right. And you want to do that because you don't want the needle to hit the prong. Because if it hits up against the middle part, you will break your needle. So make sure you align your needle either to the far left or to the far right when using a the zipper foot press, and never align it in the middle, because once that needle comes down, it's going to break on the middle. All right, now I am using black thread so that you can see it. I'm using a black thread. I'm going to use a white cloth and a brown fabric so that you can see the detail and it can stick out for demonstration purposes. I'm finna mount the camera onto the camera mount, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have here my zipper, and you're going to turn it to right sides touching. So the right side of the zipper needs to be touching the right side of the fabric that you're going to use. And this is what it should look like. The zipper should be facing inward. Now, I went on ahead and I pinned the zipper to the fabric just to save time. I'm going to unzip it because you need to unzip it. And I'm going to zip it as far as it'll go down. And this is what it looks like from the front. And now I'm going to place it onto the machine. I'm going to place it onto the machine, okay? Move that thread out of the way. I guess it would help if my needle was up. So let's raise up the needle. Now we're going to place it onto the machine. Okay? Let's get that needle out of the way. All right, and move it over some to the left. And we're going to begin. Here we go. You should always back stitch. Go ahead and back stitch, and then we're going to sew all the way down towards the other end. Back stitch towards the end of it. Back stitch again. And then you raise it up. Okay, so when you flip it over, you're going to zip it closed. This is what it should look like once you're done. You see? Let's flip it over. And now you've sewn a zipper. Now if you want to finish it, you would press it, you would go to your iron, and you would press it down, make it flat. That's if you wanted to do the finishing touches, and then you could sew going down. You could sew a straight stitch going down, and that would give it a nice clean finish. And this, and of course you would take the opposite end, and you know what, I'm going to go ahead and sew it on, and you would do the same thing to this side that you did on the other side. So you would take the right sides facing, and you would line the fabric up with the opposite side. So you're going to do the same thing that you did on the other side. You're going to line it up, and I'm going to do it quick. I didn't think I was going to do the other side. So you're going to line it up, and then you're just going to sew it down. Same thing. The fabric should be overlapping one another. So this is the other side. The zipper is underneath. This is what it should look like. The zipper is underneath, and you're laying the fabric on top of, and just going all the way down. And going all the way down, you're going to cover the fabric up. See, this is the zipper, and you're just going to lay the fabric on top of that zipper and stitch all the way down. I'm not going to bother pinning it because I don't want the video to be too long. And you're going to stitch straight down just like you did on the other side. Back stitch. I didn't go all the way down. And now another thing, sometimes the zipper, it'll move the needle, so you'll get that little lump. What you can do is you can pause midway and do a back stitch. And then you would pull the zipper down so that it doesn't throw your stitch line. And that way, see how I have this curve in my stitch line where I just sewed past the zipper? You're going to get a curve. If you try to sew past the zipper, you'll get a curve. If you want a clean straight stitch, then stop midway, unzip it, and then continue your stitch so that you don't have that that curve in your stitch line. Back stitch, and that'll give you a straight, clean stitch without the curve. So if you stop midway and pull the zipper back, then you'll have a continuous straight stitch. If you try to sew without pulling the zipper back, then you'll have like the wavy stitch that I showed you on this one, where is it? It's kind of like crooked over. I don't see it. Come here, stitch line. Where is it? Okay, here it is. It's on this side. It's on this side. All right. See, this is what it'll look like if you don't move the zipper. You see how my line is straight, and then you can see where the zipper was, and I kind of sewed over it without moving the zipper back. That's where that hump is. That's because the zipper was right there and I didn't push it back. Versus if I were to have stopped and so this is what it looks like when it's all said and done. Okay, you see, this is the hump, no hump. If you stop and back stitch and then pull the zipper back, then keep stitching, then you won't get that hump. If you try to sew over the zipper, then you'll get that hump in your stitch line. It's not bad. You won't be able to see it because once you're finished, it's going to overlap anyway. once you finish sewing the zipper, you're going to have overlapping fabric anyway, and then you're going to have to apply a straight stitch. That's if you want to finish a finished edge. And then you apply a straight stitch onto the zipper. But if not, then, you know, nobody's going to be able to know whether you pull the zipper back or not. So it's completely up to you. And that, my friends, is how to sew a zipper. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I hope that video was helpful. I'll be making another video. And on this video, I will be showing you how to use your the binding foot. So on my next video, I will be using this foot, and I'm just going to go ahead and use this fabric because I already have it scrapped. So again, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to watch me do another how-to video. And stay tuned. Thanks for watching.